Have you ever considered that the way you wait at a red light might be silently cooking your car's most complex and expensive component? Your automatic transmission is a marvel of engineering, but it's not invincible. The truth is, a handful of simple, everyday habits, things you probably do without a second thought, slowly but surely chipping away at its life, setting you up for a repair bill that could run into the thousands. Today, we're not just listing mistakes. We're exposing the 6 golden rules of transmission self-destruction that you need to break right now. Stick with me, and I'll show you how to save your car and your wallet. First, let's talk about the mistakes you make before you even properly get going. The parking and stopping sins. What's holding your 1.5-ton car in place? You just throw it in park and walk away? You're putting the entire weight of your vehicle on a tiny piece of metal inside the transmission called the parking pawl. This little guy is designed to be a lock, not a brake. Relying on it is like using a bedroom door latch to stop a runaway train. Over time, that constant strain weakens it, and one day, it could fail. The correct way every single time, even on flat ground, is to come to a complete stop, apply the handbrake firmly, let the car settle onto the brake, and then shift into park. Another catastrophic error in this category is shifting into park while the car is still rolling, even slightly. That grinding, crunching sound you might hear is the parking pawl being violently smashed against the spinning output shaft. And you won't just wear it out, you'll snap it, potentially causing a chain reaction of damage inside the transmission. And finally, a simple but crucial point for modern cars. Always ensure you are in park before you turn off the engine. Most cars won't let you take the key out otherwise, but it's a foundational safety step to prevent your car from rolling away unexpectedly. The second cardinal sin is what I call the fluid foul-ups. Your car runs on liquids, and messing them up is a fast track to disaster. Let's start with your fuel tank. That fuel pump, which sends gasoline to your engine, lives inside the tank and relies on being submerged in fuel to stay cool. When you consistently drive with the fuel light on, you're essentially forcing your fuel pump to work in a hot, dry environment. It overheats, its lifespan plummets, you're looking at a costly replacement. Plus, running on empty stirs up all the sediment and gunk that settles at the bottom of your tank, which can then clog your fuel filter and starve your engine. Always try to keep at least a quarter of a tank. Next up is water. Through deep puddles or flooded streets is like playing Russian roulette with your transmission. Most transmissions have a breather vent located surprisingly down. If water gets in through that vent, it mixes with your transmission fluid, creating a useless, milky sludge that destroys the clutch packs and other sensitive internals. This isn't like an oil change. You can't just drain the water and refill it. The damage is often immediate and irreversible. The golden rule is simple. If you don't know how deep it is, don't drive through it. Finally, there's the fluid that's actually in the transmission. Many people believe transmission fluid is a lifetime fluid. That's a myth promoted to make maintenance schedules look cheaper. In reality, you should be changing your transmission fluid roughly every 80,000 kilometers. Fresh fluid is bright red and has a neutral smell. Old, worn-out fluid turns dark brown and has a distinct burnt smell. It loses its ability to lubricate and cool, leading to overheating and accelerated wear. Our third rule covers the driving dynamics disasters. This is all about how you handle the car on the move. Let's tackle a huge myth: coasting downhill in neutral to save fuel. This is completely wrong. Modern cars are smart. When you're in gear and take your foot off the gas, the engine's computer cuts the fuel supply to the injectors entirely. The car is literally using zero fuel, and you have the added safety of engine braking to help control your speed. When you shift to neutral, the engine has to burn fuel just to keep itself idling, so you're wasting fuel and, more importantly, sacrificing control. In neutral, you have no engine braking, putting all the stopping stress on your brakes, causing them to wear, potentially overheat. You also can't accelerate quickly in an emergency. It's less efficient and more dangerous. Another terrible habit is aggressive, jackrabbit starts. Flooring the gas from a standstill puts an incredible shock load through the entire drivetrain, the engines, the drive shafts. Doing it occasionally won't kill the car, but making a habit of it will destroy your engine mounts and transmission components. Your fuel consumption will also go through the roof. A smooth, progressive acceleration is kinder to your car and your bank account. The worst sin in this category? Shifting between drive and reverse while the car is still moving. This forces the transmission to act as a brake, putting immense stress on the internal bands and clutches. It's a violent act that can cause immediate and severe damage, especially in older cars without electronic safeguards. Always come to a complete stop before changing between forward and reverse gears. Next up, rule number 4, the idle time transgression. Believe it or not, how you wait can be just as damaging as how you drive. The most common offense is sitting at a long traffic light with the car in drive and your foot on the brake. Your engine is trying to push forward while your brake brake bends out. The torque converter is constantly spinning and generating heat. On a warm day, just a few minutes of this can raise your transmission fluid temperature by 10 to 15 degrees. Over time, this cumulative heat breaks down the fluid, degrades seals, and wears out internal parts. The simple, smart solution? For any stop longer than a few seconds, just slip the shifter into neutral. This disengages the torque converter, allowing the transmission to relax and the fluid to cool down. It's a tiny action that significantly extends the life of your transmission. Similarly, letting your car idle for excessively long periods, even in park or neutral. While modern cooling systems are efficient, prolonged idling still generates heat and puts unnecessary hours on your engine and transmission components. In diesel engines, it's even worse, as it can lead to unburnt fuel diluting the engine oil, reducing its ability to lubricate properly. Our fifth rule deals with the silent saboteurs, habits that cause damage over time without you even noticing. First, resting your hand on the gear selector while driving. It feels natural, a comfortable place to put your hand. But what you're actually doing is applying constant, light pressure to the selector mechanism, however small, causes premature wear on the selector fork and the bushings inside the transmission. The gear shifter is meant for shifting, not for resting. Keep both hands on the wheel where they belong. Your transmission will thank you for it. The second, and arguably most important, saboteur is ignoring your dashboard warning lights. Those little illuminated symbols aren't just there to annoy you. They are your car's way of screaming for help. A transmission temperature light means it's overheating, and continuing to drive is a recipe for catastrophic failure. An oil pressure light means the engine is being starved of lubrication. A battery light points to a charging system. Ignoring these warnings is like ignoring a small fire in your kitchen. It might seem manageable at first, but it will quickly grow into an expensive, uncontrollable disaster. When a light comes on, get it checked out immediately. Finally, our sixth golden rule, the winter weather wipeout. Getting your car stuck in the snow is frustrating, but your reaction can mean the difference between driving away and calling a tow truck for a broken transmission. The absolute worst thing you can do is stay in one spot and floor the gas, spinning your wheels uselessly. This does two things. One, polishes the snow underneath into a sheet of ice, make it even harder to get traction. It can cause your transmission to overheat dramatically in a very short amount of time, potentially burning out clutches and seals. So, what's the right way to escape? First, be gentle. Instead of aggressive throttle, gently rock the car back and forth by shifting between a low forward gear and reverse. This can build just enough momentum to get you out without shock. Second, traction. Keep a bag of non-clumping cat litter or sand in your trunk. Spreading it in front of and behind your drive wheels can provide the extra grip you need. If you have a front-wheel drive car, focus on the front wheels. For rear-wheel drive, focus on the back. Third, if your car has a low gear mode or a snow mode, this limits wheel spin and gives you more control. And finally, do a little digging. Use a small shovel to clear the heavy snow and ice from around your tires to give them a clear path. We've covered some of the most destructive habits that can ruin your automatic transmission. Avoiding these common mistakes can literally save you thousands of dollars in repairs and ensure your car runs smoothly for years to come. It all comes down to small changes in your driving habits that make a huge difference in the long run. Now I want to hear from you. What's the worst transmission-killing mistake you've ever seen someone make? Or is there a critical tip we missed? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this guide helpful, do us a favor and hit that like button, and subscribe so you don't miss our next video, and drive safe.